Greetings, everybody. It's Pastor Chris Wilson from St. Andrew Christian Church, and here to talk about the sermon this week. And before I jump into the sermon this week, we are starting a new series for the month of June, and the series will kind of take a deep dive into the historical, what we call the Lord's Prayer, or the prayer that Jesus taught his disciples. And the series will go over the 5 Sundays of June. And we're going to kind of break the prayer up in 5 parts. And it's a way for us to kind of reflect on this prayer that we recite every week in worship. And sometimes we maybe take those words for granted, or we say them out of memory and don't pay as close attention to the words we're actually saying when we recite them at the end of the prayer that the worship leader offers each week. And so we're going to think through those words. And kind of one of the other interesting things we'll do aside from the sermons themselves is we'll probably recite some different Lord's prayers that have been written, different versions or renditions of that prayer. Might even sing the Lord's Prayer. And so the whole month of June, we'll not only hear sermons about the Lord's Prayer and breakdowns and parts, but we'll recite prayers, sing prayers, all related to the significance of what this prayer means, with the hope that at the end of June, each of us in our own unique ways will have some new insights or a deeper appreciation for what that prayer means in our life. And so this first week is the very first phrase, and when we hear it in the scripture, it basically says, "Our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name." And so the first week, this coming Sunday, we will talk about how we acknowledge God. And even though Jesus had a unique way of acknowledging God in that prayer, it's not the only way we acknowledge God. There's lots of ways that we think through words that capture descriptions or the character of God in certain ways. And I think one of the things that Jesus was capturing with this particular way of acknowledging God was thinking of God in terms of we can connect to a God we cannot see in an intimate way. But there's other ways that we can reflect on that relationship. More than anything, I think we will explore this week is what I would call accessibility to God, and how we acknowledge God, and the names we give and the descriptors we give of God allows us accessibility to a presence that's larger than ourselves, that created the universe, and that we have this opportunity to connect in prayer with a God that sustains us. So I hope you'll join us on Sunday as we launch into this new series and reflect on the power of prayer in our life.